Staggering $5.8 million has been lost to dating and romance scams. Leaving Australians. Well, this year alone, a staggering $5.8 million has been lost to dating and romance scams, leaving Australians in all corners of the country broke and broken-hearted. Now, one woman is out to make a difference.
Yeah, after 14 years in the police force, Kylie Dennis has now shifted her focus to fraudsters, seeking justice for innocent Aussies scammed out of love. So, how does she catch these con artists, and how can you sniff out a scam before it's too late?
We welcome Kylie Dennis from Two Face Investigations. Hello, Kylie. Nice to see you.
Good morning.
So you spent more than a decade chasing down criminals. You're a hostage negotiator, intelligence officer and undercover operative. Tell us about the moment that you decided to switch from policing to what you're doing now.
So a friend of mine reached out to me. She was a bit worried about her mum. Her mum had been dating online in secret, and she didn't know how to approach it, so she sent me some photos and a bit of information, and I was able to identify that the photos belonged to a real estate agent in California. And the scammers had stolen a whole collection of photos and had created this fake profile. So mum spent this 6 months in secret, and the daughter was so concerned. So then she reached out to me, and then that's how it sort of all started from there.
There are so many of these stories, and it's so sad. You're happily married, but you're actively using dating apps.
Yes,
nice
work.
Yes. You're pretending to be out there looking for love.
Yes. So I'm a 65-year-old man and a 62-year-old woman. So it's interesting, as the man, the scammers are using it as a damsel in distress. You know, I need a man to rescue me from this devastating situation. And as a woman, they're looking at that love letter template. It's all that persuasive, intensive language. It's very love bombing and can be quite sexualised as well. So it's two different scamming techniques that they're using.
So they're the different tactics,
Yes.
whether masquerading as a man or a woman.
Yes.
You talk a lot about the emotional impact of online romance and dating scams. There's a lot of victim blaming, isn't there, that happens with this?
And it's really sad because people turn around and say, well, how stupid could you be? You know, and we've all done something stupid for love, but people will say, you know, you are dumb, why did you fall for that? And I think we need to change that language to being, well, hang on a minute, you're a victim of a crime.
Yeah.
You know, you've gone down this path believing that you were going to find love, and in fact you become this victim, and then they go through this embarrassment and shame and devastation. And then, you know, I've spoken to a victim who attempted to end his life because of the shame attached to being a victim of a romance scam.
And what the family and friends need to know of the victims is these are very slick operations.
Absolutely.
You're looking at it's difficult to know. How do you find out? What are those red flags that you need to look out for?
So one of the major red flags is they will be someone like on an oil rig or a military or a doctor or an engineer, and they may say that I'm here in Australia, but they will end up overseas. So that's sort of their first thing. And I think the big thing is that if you haven't met them in person, then they're not real, you know. So, and they will, you know, put you through WhatsApp and, you know, Telegram and Skype. So they will remove you from that dating app to then groom you into their world. And it's all about manipulation and deception.
And here we go, always has a sob story like an auntie or a mother that might need money, often asking for money or gifts.
Absolutely. And they will also be a widow. So it'll be something really dramatic that, you know, their wife or husband's died in a car crash or cancer. So it'll be really an intense sob story, and it'll just grab at your heartstrings.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the take-home message for people today? Because we're being swamped with this stuff now. If it's not a love scam, it's a bank scam, or it's something else. What's the take-home?
For romance scammers, if you can't meet them within that first 10 days, let's walk away from it. And if you are a victim of a scam, let's talk about it. You know, stand on the top of a mountain and be honest. Tell your friends. If you're dating in secret, tell somebody about it. And if you're about to start dating, well, really look at it, because it's now all about education for eradication. So let's be the forefront of it all in Australia and eradicate romance scamming.
Yeah, and if we're talking about embarrassment, sometimes it can be a daughter or a brother trying to say, hang on, I don't think this is real.
Yeah.
And the person doesn't want to take their advice. They go, no, this is real.
Yes.
So maybe call in a third party
Absolutely.
like yourself.
Yes, and we will talk through it.
Yeah.
You know, let's
Okay.
protect our hearts. Let's sort of, have real human connection, not artificial intimacy.
Yeah, protect our hearts and also our bank balances because they're after
100%.
money.
Absolutely.
Kylie, it's been fascinating. Thank you
Really
so
is.
much. Kylie Dennis from Two Face Investigations.
Thanks,
Thank
Kylie.
you.
Lovely to see you.
Thank you.
Well, this year alone, a staggering 5.8